Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Ranking Secrets by Authority Builders. I'm your host, Jake Serota, and today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest shakeups in the SEO industry since ChatGPT started disrupting the internet. Today's episode is all about AI overviews. You've probably seen it by now, these shiny new generative answers that are showing up above the traditional 10 blue links, and even prompting you to try out AI mode after you read it. Some SEOs love it, some SEOs hate it. But here's the big question. How do you get your website actually cited, mentioned, and importantly, how do you get it clicked on in Google's AI overviews? Well, today we're going to unpack that step by step and talk about realistic expectations for this new age of online search. But first, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you can stay up to date with all things SEO and AI search. So let's start with the basics. What are AI overviews really? Well, think of them as Google Search's own generative AI answers. They're powered by Gemini, Google's own LLM, and they're integrated directly into Google Search. Now, they're not quite like ChatGPT results, but they're pretty similar. Google blends live web results with structured data and user intent signals all in real time, so it's a little bit different. But the goal ultimately is the same. It's to summarize answers for complex informational search phrases, like what is the best link building software in 2025? So instead of just giving you the 10 traditional blue links like we're all used to, Google now generates an AI summary, kind of similar to featured snippets in a way. So it could be pulling from maybe an Authority Builder's blog post, a Reddit forum, a HubSpot guide, all at once, and cite them in those answers. And here's the thing, those little citations in AI overviews, while they might not result in as many clicks as the traditional 10 blue links did, guess what? They're free real estate. So that's where your site can show up and be shown as an authority, even if you aren't ranking number one organically. All right, now that we understand the basics of Google's AI overviews, let's get into how AI overviews actually choose the sources that they cite. From what we've tested and what we've seen with our clients in our case studies, AI overviews tend to favor high EEAT signals, experience, expertise, authority, and trust. They also favor content written in clear, structured answer question format. And again, this really isn't anything new. This is the same stuff that Google favored whenever they were picking who showed up in featured snippets. One big thing that we know for sure now is that pages with strong engagement signals get cited way more often. Time on page, click-through rates, backlinks from reputable, authoritative sources. And again, this isn't new. People have suspected this for years, and the Google leak last year confirms that Google uses these metrics as ranking factors. And lastly, AI overviews tend to favor entities that are already recognized across the web. So think consistent brand mentions across the entire internet. Online platforms, social media websites, directories, local listings, anything. Also, having your website structured with linked data through socials and having schema set up is going to make Google understand your entity a lot easier. Essentially, just like traditional search engines, Google's AI is looking for that confidence. It doesn't want to quote some random blog with no credibility. It wants a source that's trusted both by users and other authoritative entities online. So that's really where brand mentions, authority building, link building still matter when it comes to getting cited in AI overviews and really getting cited in any LLM. If Google AI knows your brand, well, it's because you're cited in local directories, you have good guest posts, you're in podcasts, you have data-driven articles. They can tell that you're an expert in the industry. It's way more likely, Google and other LLMs, way more likely to surface you as a credible source and recognize your brand as the entity it is if you're showing up everywhere across the web as an authority. So yes, I know what you're thinking. The same foundational SEO principles and honestly just best business practices still apply, but the context has just shifted really. Now we're optimizing not just for bots and humans, but also for AI interpretations. All right, let's get tactical. Time for section 3 of today's episode, how to actually get cited in AI overviews. Our first tip is to answer questions the way that AI and users who are reading AI results likes them. Format your content in short, clear answers under structured headings like H2s, H3s. Follow it with concise summaries that are easy to read before you go too much in depth. It makes it easy for AI to extract and summarize you accurately. Additionally, humans tend to find that content structured that way a lot easier to digest than just a huge wall of text trying to hit a word count. Number 2, on top of using good heading structures for your content, you also want to use structured data. Add FAQ schema to your posts, how-to schema, person organization schema to your website. This helps Google understand your content at a machine level and helps connect the different places where your entity lives online. Number 3, I kind of mentioned this one a little bit earlier, but it's going to come down to building that brand authority through off-page sources. Backlinks still count, but so do unlinked brand mentions now more than ever. Make sure your brand and any key experts that are in your organization are mentioned in relevant articles, podcasts, LinkedIn discussions, anything. This is going to help establish your credibility across the web. Again, not just for AI, but for humans as well. Now, the 4th tip is to create AI-friendly assets. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, AI loves factual, data-backed content that's easy to digest. So if you have first-party data that you can turn into case studies, how-tos, and plug that into your website, use AI to help create something that AI is going to love, well, that's exactly what I've been doing with Claude Artifacts, and it's resulted in tons of great backlinks, and it's helped automate a lot of our workflows internally as well. 5, keep your EEAT visible. What I mean by that is make sure that you're using author bios with real information, show credentials that your team has, and cite your own data. Make your expertise in the industry clear. This is what separates winners from losers when it comes to getting mentioned and cited in AI overviews. Okay, so we went over some tips on how to get mentioned in AI overviews, how to get cited in AI overviews, but people want clicks on their website. So how do you actually get clicks to your website from AI overviews? Well, here's a secret. People click when they want more context, when they want more credibility, or they want more community that they wish to engage with. So here's a few tips on how to optimize for clicks and conversions in LLMs. The good news is a lot of these are also traditional SEO best practices. Make sure to use unique hooks in your metadata. So in your meta description, do things like see our full test results or compare these 10 link building case studies. It's in order to make it more enticing for people to actually click through to your webpage. It's important that throughout your content, you make sure that your brand shows up clearly in your little snippets. So for example, if you're doing question and answer headings, make sure that you put your brand name in there every once in a while, because AI might only show 1 or 2 words, but your brand name can still stick if they're mentioning you. Next, whenever you're structuring your content, especially in FAQ things, make sure you're still mentioning your brand name. AI might only show a couple of words that it scraped from your page, but your brand name can still also stick in those mentions. If someone's doing some research in the top of the funnel and they see your brand being cited, they might be enticed to actually click through to your website. And finally, whenever it comes to creating content for your marketing funnel, make sure to leave them wanting more. People are going to want to click through if you give AI enough info to trust you and cite you, but let curiosity drive the click. Offer something that's unique to people that they're wanting, like maybe an AI readiness audit. For example, if I want people to book a call with our SEO team, I might offer them a free AI readiness audit. Make sure to create helpful content, but basically what I'm saying here is play nice with the AI, but keep some of the good stuff behind the click so that people will engage with your business. So we went over getting mentioned, cited, and clicked in Google's AI overviews. But now, let's talk about the future of SEO in the AI era. What does all of this development about AI overviews really mean for the world of SEO? Well, we're officially in the AI search optimization era, I would say. Your strategy isn't just about keywords anymore, and some people would say that it really hasn't been about keywords for a while. It's more about topical depth and expertise. And now it's about training the AI to recognize your brand as a reliable expert by being the best source of information with topical depth and expertise in your industry. So let's recap. That means publishing authoritative, consistent content that establishes you as an authority, building your digital PR through backlinks and unlinked brand mentions to strengthen your entity graph, and leveraging structured data to make sure that your content is more machine readable and easier to digest for humans as well. And that leads us to our final, most important tip. Make sure to stay human at the same time. AI can summarize content, AI can rewrite tones in whatever way you want, but it can't replace your lived experience, your opinions, or your unique insights. And really, that's what people are craving when they're engaging with businesses now more than ever. Alrighty, now let's wrap this up with a quick recap. If you want to get cited, ranked, and clicked in Google's AI overviews, you need to, 1, build your EAT with everything you publish, both on and off-site. Use schema to help AI see your expertise a little bit easier. Make sure to earn authority mentions off-sites, which includes general link building and brand mentions across all kinds of web platforms. And focus on creating helpful content that is worth summarizing and positions you as an expert. Because let's be honest, the truth is AI is not killing SEO, it's just changing the definition of what ranking means and how people find information online. Lastly, before we sign off for today, let's go ahead and do a quick SEO industry news recap. One of the biggest headlines this week actually has to do with the click-through rate data with Google's AI overviews. According to a study by BrightEdge, around 80% of informational searches are now appearing with AI overviews, but only around 15% of those actually drive clicks. So what's the takeaway here? Well, SEOs who adapt early and have already been following best practices when structuring their content for machines and humans are going to be the ones that continue to capture that small but quality slice of traffic. Another big headline this week is that OpenAI and Bing Search are actually now deeply integrated with each other. Bing and ChatGPT are now fully integrated, so you can browse in ChatGPT with real-time sources, kind of similar to AI overviews a little bit, which might mean we're heading towards multi-engine optimization, as some people might be calling it. This last one is a big one for the future of AI search. As we all know, companies like Google are going to decide the trajectory of their business based on how they can monetize things. And now we're actually seeing monetization in AI overviews. Google's testing sponsored answers inside of AI overviews already. This is a whole new frontier for search engine marketing and paid placement. That means ad and organic strategy is probably going to start blending now more than ever. Alrighty, that's it for this episode of Ranking Secrets. Drop your questions in the comments below. Let us know if you've been cited in AI overviews. And if you're not, you should totally book a call with our team because we'll be able to show you how your brand is showing up in AI overviews and other LLMs. And also, while you're at it, make sure to click that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next week.